there, fellow collector. Shinka here with a review of the Shinkalion DXS04 Shinkalion E3 Tsubasa. So this is the next train in the Shinkalion series, DXS04. And yeah, E3, we're kind of going backwards. And no, I'm not talking the Entertainment Expo. I'm talking about the train. It's an actual train that runs in Japan. And this one is very cool. This one's kind of got a ninja motif, and those of you that have known me since my Shuku and Shinobi days know that I have quite the bias towards ninja-related things, and I dig this one quite a bit. Plus, I like the color purple, so, again, biases. We got a nice look of the train right there. The JR East Japan logo is a nice little like sakura tree, and I think that's adorable. But functions of the toy on the back, of course, there is LInk Gattai compatibility. We will show it off this combination right here, just because I don't want to go into all the combinations, because that takes way too long. And of course, there is the Shinka Card in here, and we will show that off in the Shinka Gear. And there is the toy sideways right there, because this box is too long to fit in my camera frame. But without further ado, this was released in March 2018 for the normal price, about 4,000 yen or so, give or take, depending on when and where you picked it up. 4,500 yen, actually, give or take, depending on when and where you picked it up. So, yeah, again, these things aren't particularly cheap, but they are very, very cool. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this open and take a look. Alright, here is the Shinka card included, a nice clear purple that matches all of the other clear Shinka cards released in the main DXS series. You have E3 Tsubasa written on the side here, and on the flip side you have the QR code right there, E3 Tsubasa, a picture of the robot's head right there. Again, very cool looking, I dig it quite a bit. But there we go. So let's go ahead and check this out in the Shinka Gear. Go ahead and snap it off, snap it back on. I'm only level 30. I know I haven't played with this toy enough, but slide that into the pass. Let's go ahead and activate the ride. Note that you don't have to do this, I'm just having fun. And one thing I didn't actually show off in the video that was pointed out to me by trains fans, you can actually scan the pass while you're in motion, and you make train noises. Choo choo! It's telling me to do something. And now you get like this noise instead, which is not as cool as the other noise. Choo choo! Change Shinkalion! A good picture of the screen here. Very cool. It's like this weird mix between like a surfer theme and a ninja theme. So I dig that quite a bit. And another thing that was pointed out to me is that there's actually 2 levels of attack. If you raise it up and then push it down quickly, you get like a basic attack of the Fumikiri Shuriken, the weapon of the E3 Tsubasa. And of course you can charge it up fully. And get the full-on attack. So there you go. And of course there are LInk Gattai compatibilities with this as well, but for the sake of time, they're the 2 songs stuck together and the 2 attacks stuck together. It's pretty basic. And here is the E3 Tsubasa. And like I said, I like this one a ton. It's got a lot of color to it, which is something I really enjoy. and it just looks cool, and it's ninja themed. There's a lot of pros going on in this train, but just the front of it in general, I really enjoy. You got the red going through here, the orange accents as well that continue on throughout the rest of the toy, and it just looks neat from the front. I dig it quite a bit. The purple used is a nice, I don't say metallic, but it's got a nice gloss to it that looks really neat. And the white is a little bit more white than the E7, but it's still a slight off-white, but it looks really nice. And of course, like I said, the JR East Japan logo is a very nice Sakura tree, which I like. And then you got one over here that is cherries. I think those are cherries, and then there isn't one on the back train, but very cool. So as always with these, rolls very, very well. It does fit with the plow rail system, and I'm going to keep saying plow rail instead of play rail, because that's what the kana reads. The kana reads plow rail, pura lelu. So I'm sticking with that, even though the English is apparently play rail, but I don't dig that. It's not plastic, it's plastic. But anywho, I dig that. Rolls around, and like I said, these are very secure. They're not gonna unpeg or anything like that. So very, very cool. Again, they are a little difficult to take off. The back one's not so much, but the front one always gives me a bit of a hard time. But there is the front, there is the middle, and then there is the end. If we open up the middle compartment, we have the Fumikiri Shuriken, the weapon of the E3 Tsubasa, and there's a couple of different configurations for this. We'll kind of go over them as we go over the weapon, and the LInk Gattai helmet, which looks really cool. It's got a very neat, like, Shogun-esque thing to it, and I dig that a ton. But other than that, the middle compartment is absolutely pointless, so we'll just go ahead and set it aside, and we'll start getting into the transformation of the E3. So, it was exactly what you would expect it to be. All of these Shinkalion trains all kind of more or less share the same base transformation, share the same base mold. A couple cool ones are in existence. The N700A, I think, is the next one coming out. That one actually has like additional armor bits that you can attach to it, which I think is a really cool thing. So we'll get to him. He looks really neat. I think he's the next one releasing. And then the H5 is releasing after that, and that's just a slight recolor of the E5, but with a different touch. Hatsune Miku pilots it, but we'll get there when we get to the H5. It's a slight remold too. So there you go. There is the head of the E3. Again, ninja themed, very cool. I like that a lot. But there is the upper body, and then for the lower body, you split it apart. These are back to the main, like, just stickish form of legs, or not legs, but these panels right here. Basically, it's not like the E7 is what I'm trying to say. Flip these up, flip these down, and then push these up, and everything will kind of click into place. Split it apart, and there you go. One thing I like to do for the panels here is I just like to kind of tilt them back just a little bit. Just because most of the other ones are all configured to go forward. And I think these ones are actually very straight, according to the pictures. But I don't know, I think just because he's a ninja, I kind of like him splayed backwards a little bit. So you can kind of position those as you will. But as always, kind of get this out of the way. Gonna want to swing the hip piece down, and then connect them right there, and then this part will swing back in to kind of fill out the back, and there you have the E3 Tsubasa. So a very cool design. I like this one a bit. Now, like I said, most of the Shinkalion trains are the same base design, but like I said, I really like the front panel of the train, And so it just looks really nice as a chest piece here. It kind of gives them a little bit of accent color that a lot of the other ones don't particularly have. So I dig that a ton. There are a couple additional stickers. You have stickers down here, right here, right here. The chest piece as per normal. And then you have additional ones on the arms here. So you got a little bit more design going on than normal, so I dig that. I think it kind of adds a little bit of flair to this one, so I like that. But very cool, and like I said, ninja themed, so I kind of dig all the kind of mesh sort of elements that this one has going for it. And there is another look at his head, because it looks cool. I like it. So the Fumikiri Shuriken is this thing right here. There's a couple unofficial modes that you can do. My particular favorite is you can just take these apart and then attach them to the arms right here, and it kind of gives them these like Wolverine claws, so to speak. These arm blades, which I think looks really cool, and still kind of retains the ninja theme a little bit at the very least. So I dig that as a weapon choice. Now obviously it being the Fumikiri Shuriken, it's not quite accurate, but there is that. So what you're going to want to do to form the Shuriken the way it is on the box, my photo gallery has it positioned wrong, just a bit of an FYI. You're going to want to kind of position them like this. And then you swing that down. That looks wrong. So let's try again. That is definitely wrong. So let's swing this around and swing this around. And there we go. I think that's right-ish. It's something along the lines of this. You got two up here and then two down here. And you're going to kind of keep it like that. So here's the official, basically kind of makes a pinwheel, so to speak. And you just kind of attach this to his hand, just like so. It's not the coolest weapon, in my humble opinion. Like I said, I like the two arm blades quite a bit more. This one is just a very cumbersome weapon to try to position, because it's always going to bang into the chest or the shoulders, and it's just kind of not that neat, in my opinion. Of course, you can just mount the whole shuriken thing to his arm, but again, you're going to run into some shoulder bumpage going on, but it's a little bit cooler on the actual arm as opposed to anywhere else. But there is the Fumikiri Shuriken weapon. Like I said, not the coolest. Not the coolest. But I digress. We go ahead and bring in our E5. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and LInk Gattai, kind of in the way that the show works, with the E5 taking over the legs of the various trains. So, LInk Gattai. And we're going to want to take the helmet piece and kind of peg that in to E5's head, which looks kind of cool. We'll take a look at that in a second. Then we want to take the shuriken and give it to him over there. And I do have the wings on the sword. That happened in episode 9 of the series, so now it's the super sword. And it looks a lot cooler in the show than it does in the toy, because these have to sit so low, but I decided to do it anyway, just because the show did it, so I thought it'd be cool. But there we go. So there is the LInk Gattai between E5 and E3. Two of my favorite numbers, actually. So there you go. There is the head for these guys. Looking pretty cool. Basically gives the E5 a kabuto, samurai helmet. So, pretty neat. I dig it. He's got a sword. He's got a shuriken, which I feel can spin and kind of be a shield. So, there you go. There you go. What a cool dude. But that about does it for that. So all in all, the E3 is a wonderful little addition to the collection. If you're a fan of ninja or ninja-themed things, then this is probably the one that I would recommend picking up. But again, the Shinkalion line being as expensive as it is, I understand not everybody's going to want to be like me and get all of them, so kind of be picking and choosy of the ones that you particularly want. And like I said, there are ones coming down the line that are a little bit different. Like I said, the next one has like armor and like rocket hands and stuff, and he's really cool. So I'm looking forward to that one. But I understand these definitely aren't for everybody. They're definitely for me. But I understand that they aren't for everybody. But they are very, very cool, and I recommend you at least check out one of them if you're a fan of trains or transforming robots or anything of the sort. It's a very, very cool series. And of course, if you are interested in checking out the series, head over to Nya and type in Shinkalion, and Weeaboo Shogun has been subbing the series, and it's really fun. So go ahead and check it out. But that about does it for this review. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching. Take care and have a great one. Bye. I'd like to thank Joey, Mr. Mike, Josh, VZ17, and all my fans who support me on Patreon.